Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Orcs Must Die 3, or welcome back to it. It's officially launching on everything that isn't Stadia on July 23rd, and I got early access, courtesy of Robot Entertainment. They were so nice to reach out and send me some copies. So, with all that said, let's dive right in. Looks like I'm gonna have to redo the campaign, but that is fine. I think they've got some new tricks, traps, and whatever. And I'm gonna be playing solo for now, but I will probably mix into some multiplayer later, and then even more things along the way. Okay, so like I was saying, gonna be solo for now just because scheduling issues, but hopefully I will be able to mix in some multiplayer, possibly with multiple people, kind of depending. So, slower, weaker enemies, endless time between waves, that's neat, but no. Intended difficulty, play solo, host game, cool. And this time around, I'm gonna play as Shotgun Girl.
Maximilian is gone. No one knows where he is. He left the Order, he left me, with these children. Born with the ability to use rift magic, Egan had no idea how powerful he was. Kelsey was the most studious novice in the Order, but she lacked control. I had to test their capabilities. A real ogre would have eaten you by now.
Sorry, sorceress.
You will wish for that fate before long.
Think he's ever coming back?
Wow, it's like you're allergic to saying smart stuff.
Come, playtime is over.
Alright, Kelsey, main weapon is Max's souped up blunderbuss and movement ability levitate.
Off we go!
Because yeah, I played Egan last time. I wonder... I know they re-added some of the old favorite traps and abilities. Do I want help with the basics? Hell no!
Okay,
I have
that
been
is
playing tons of
definitely
these.
Not an order rift.
Yeah, I'd like to tell you I knew that, but I didn't.
You are correct, Kelsey. That rift is different. Quickly, get traps placed and stay on the move. I will instruct you further when I can.
How do we hear her when we can't see her?
Telepathy, genius. Now, let's try out these traps for real.
Okay. Yeah, this is about as everything I'm familiar with. Okay. Right, that was the one thing I have to do on the regular. Cancel. We want to go into sound. We want to turn sound effects off. As much as I like Vegeta yelling at me, I don't actually. I don't actually like being yelled at constantly. It drives me a little nuts. Might also want to turn some of the rest of this stuff down. Anywho, let's see. So, if you haven't seen Orcs Must Die before, it's a third-person shooter. Traps, kind of tower defense, but not quite. It's real cool. I love it a lot. This is technically the fourth game, even though it's Orcs Must Die 3. Yeah, the previous one was Unchained, which was their attempt at making a MOBA. Didn't work out the hottest. It was actually, it had a lot of great ideas, but it just suffered from, I think, trying... It had a bunch of neat ideas, but it didn't work that great as a MOBA, but it works well as like a cooperative, you know, tower defense trapping game. Wow, this shotgun is actually like way better than I thought it was going to be. Not nearly as accurate, but it does shred things. I don't like the reload speed though, but you know what? Reloading is just something you got to deal with. Anyway, so it was neat, but I think by the time that people were finally like Orcs Must Die Unchained was in a position for people to actually care about it, nobody wanted to care about it, and so unfortunately kind of held it back a little bit, which sucks because it was fun, and I kind of wish I had given it more time. But now 3's out, and it doesn't have the games as a service model. It's just buy it, play it co-op with your friend, just a friend. It's not up to 3-player multiplayer, and the maps are good. I've heard some people complain about the characters, but like honestly, who plays Orcs Must Die for the characterization? Max was effectively just some vague flavor of Jock Himbo, and the sorceress was angry. And beyond that, I don't know. I play these games to shoot orcs. One thing definitively say is it definitely feels like they refined things over time. Like, I played Orcs Must Die 1 recently and had a great time with it. But it definitely felt like Orcs Must Die. It definitely felt a little bit rough around the edges. I mean, obviously it came out 10 years ago. And, like, some of the maps, especially later on, felt just absolutely brutal. I'm curious about this one, because I specifically beat the campaign originally when I was playing this on Stadia. I beat it by effectively exploiting the AI in some kind of ridiculous fashion, so I'm curious how much of that carried over. Hopefully not as much, but I don't know, I love making orcs look silly. Jeez, what else was he even going to say? Not too much. I guess the last thing is it's going to be a $30 launch price, and I think it comes with the DLC already packed in, at least the first one, because they had one DLC for the Stadia version. Really should probably use that grenade a little bit more. I'm mostly just going for headshots. Not that I think headshots actually matter. Also, gotta say, absolutely adore the ammo reticle and reload reticle. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've got 4 little points coming off of the center reticle, showing how many shots I have left. And then when I rotate it, or when I reload, it spins. I don't know. I think that's really cool. Holy shit! Yeah, they just give you everything. So we have window of butterflies, blade walls. I like the trap reset trinket. I'll probably grab that one. Snow cannon. That's new. Saw blade launcher. That's new. Rapid fire ballista. Oh, that's floor, but that's also for the siege missions. Priestess and the knight. Those are new. I mean, I think the knight's not new, but I don't remember it being in Orcs Must Die 3 previously. The floor scorcher came back. Let's see, what else we got that I don't necessarily recognize. Brimstone. Ceiling laser. Ah. Boom barrel dispenser. Hey. Obviously broadsword, arcane dragon, acid geyser, and, you know, everything else that I'm dealing with. I'm looking forward to having playing with some of these toys. Oh, I've got 18 skulls to get. All right. I'm gonna grab the ceiling laser. Continuously does lightning damage while enemies are underneath. Yes. Adds additional lasers and other things. Let's just go all in on this laser business. I barely do ceiling traps, and so the idea of ceiling lasers is real good. There's the alchemy satchel. I'll consider it. I'll probably do it. Okay. Let's see. Ceiling laser. There we go. Hello, ceiling laser. Now, this one is the one that has multiple. How expensive are these? Pretty expensive. Okay, yeah, I should probably do other things. Oh, right. I have to turn the voice acting back on. I don't know how much people actually care about the story beats, but we might as well listen to them anyway.
Man, the sorceress is really tossing us into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, it's way more intense than the usual training sessions.
This is not part of your training. There's something different about these new rifts. Every war mage in the Order is investigating.
Finally, we get to be real heroes like Maximilian.
I will settle for you two staying alive and keeping the orcs out of the rift.
Yeah, good enough.
Let's go!
We're gonna have a separate section coming in. Interesting. Hover. I wonder if that just lets me...
Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates.
Kind of limits me where I can
They've
go.
broken through a gate.
Okay, so immediate impressions on the laser barricade. I need to switch it up a little bit. It's not strictly terrible,
Should be extra credit.
but I have to stagger it. Or I gotta do something. Here. None of this is worth it. They have to come through here anyway. Awkwardly? I think I'm just going to give up on the ceiling lasers for a bit. We need the next level upgrade before I think it becomes truly feasible.
The optimal spot.
Okay, so I'm just going to spread arrow walls all over the place. Because I don't think we have barricades yet. And if we did, I forgot to grab them. We'll be okay.
All set.
Yeah, lasers need
More
tar
enemies
pits.
on the way.
For starters, yeah, I think lasers
The
having
enemy army
barricades
is
would be
attacking
huge.
on another front.
Right. Shut up, Vegeta. It's like a light black. When I told him to shut up, too. Okay, here's a question. Aha. Not that it really matters, but I love the idea of being able to, I love the idea of being able to fly over gaps. It doesn't seem as practical, as I think I would like it to be, but it's cool all the same. Alright. Four. Oh. There's not enough space for these. But yeah, I think I can stagger them a little bit. So just kind of have like a zigzag of lasers. There we go. This should be fine no matter what. I should probably snag brimstones just to handle the initial... That orc just kind of slowly slid off the back. Works for me. What was I going to say? Yeah, grab the brimstones mostly for just softening up kobolds, and especially if there's any sappers rolling by. I gotta remember, shoot high if I want to get headshots in this game. Something to do with, I think, how third-person shooting works. Is what it is. Okay. There we go. Lasers for everybody. Have enough for more? No. Anyway, you will not escape the laser maze. I will definitely want to get some barricades, though. Have they given you any ideas on future content for this? Sadly, no. They did add some new moments, though. Moments? They added some new modes. There we go. Not moments. Brain. Look, I'm tired. I was out in the sun for a while today. I decided to walk into town for some Mediterranean food just to, you know, be away from my computer. And let me tell you, it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. There we go. The lasers are dubious. I'm sure once they get the next level upgrade, they won't be bad. Also, this shotgun is way better than I gave it credit for. Yeah, I think I need to keep them in the lasers for a lot longer to truly have them be worth it. I'm just going to sell them for now. Ooh. There we go. Let's just do that. The arrow walls are just going to be more effective right now. Way more effective. Okay, but yeah, they added a thing called scramble mode. I don't necessarily know what scramble mode amounts to, but it had some kind of randomization. Okay. This is a little hairy. I'm not the most prepped for them. But we're good. We got it. Yeah, making them walk through all the lasers would make it worth it, especially if they were slowed and had some other issues. So barricades would do. Barricades would really do the trick right about now. I don't know if we have access to barricades yet, though. I think barricades are a... Yeah, we've got a complete hidden dock to unlock, so that's a little bit ahead. We do have the tar trap floor. But that's the thing. Where's my laser ceiling? Reduce the cost even more? I mean, it's good. Main problem is I got to get him to do 5,000 damage. I'm going to wait on that before I get the next upgrade. Because I think I want to try something else. In the meantime, I've done dart spitters, I've done ceiling pounders. I mean, I really like the idea of getting the knight and the priestess and just having Hall Brawla again. Oh, war scenario only. Okay, never mind. Not useful for what I'm doing. Stores, Ripsaw. Ripsaw is decent. Sawblade launcher. Ooh. Launches physical saw blades that bounce off walls, cutting everything along the way. Yes. Let's try that. I should probably have also gotten the tar trap too, but... Well, I'm gonna have it. I should have upgraded it. Yeah, one thing I definitely want to do is move away from the arrow walls. I've been using them since forever. Oh.
War mage can open rifts? Wouldn't that mean...
Yes, Kelsey. The oldest is Master Cygnus, if he is still alive. But why would Master Cygnus open rifts for orcs to pass through from other worlds?
I know rifts provide magic, but this magic is not a positive force.
Keep the orcs at bay. I must travel elsewhere for answers.
Great. We fight the bad guys, she takes a vacation. It's cool.
Shut up, Vegeta. Alright, cool. So, question is, this map. Decent kill box, not the greatest. Let's, grab the saws. Oh, interesting. I don't know if these are going to be at all worth it. I think we want to have it here. Hard to tell. Alright, let's just find out. I mean, it seems like they're bouncing. I'm using them in the worst possible location. We'll see. They seem to be bouncing off of the... Yeah, they're bouncing off of the railings. I don't know. I think it's fine, actually. The big issue seems to be... I need more of them. Also, this game ain't even out yet. How do you know? There we go. Yeah, it seems like they do take a little bit to fire up. So that's the one thing. Okay. Oh, there's attenuation. Even without. That's fine. Yeah, I like the idea of them, and I love the fact that they bounce and do piercing damage. The main issue is just they fire so much slower than I think I was hoping they would. But that's okay. At least for now. I'll probably just leave them here to soften things up. Yeah, they're going from the other direction. Now, as far as worst possible places go, this is pretty bad. I'm not gonna... Oh, well, that's kind of nice. I did notice the little, like, go up catwalk along the way here. So, big immediate problem is just purely going to be... I probably should have spot some things. I don't know. I'm just gonna... Whatever happens, happens. I might have to restart this. I might just have to panic. Oh, Kobold snuck past. Damn it. Well, let's retry anyway. Oop. I didn't mean to hit G. I meant to hit B. Oh, it's fine. Okay. So the main thing is just the ceiling lasers ain't ready yet. So let's get rid of that. Let's just go arrow walls. Mix of these two should be enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That should be it. Alright, so this way we've got a mix of both wall traps, and that way the other area can be fine. Or I can defend the other area at least somewhat effectively. There we go. Is this a demo? I didn't think it was out yet. Comes out on the 23rd. I guess I have early access because, I mean, streamer privileges, and I had covered the Stadia version. And so they wanted to reach out to me. And since this already came out on the Stadia, there's no embargo of any kind, because, like, what would I even be spoiling at this point? A lot faster. Okay, here. I'm just gonna have a couple layers of these. Yeah, luckily the shotgun just makes very quick work of the runners. What I should probably do is just kind of hang out in the back and not think too much about them. Yeah, this is why I want brimstones. Because just like a sneaky brimstone in certain locations really does make very short work of kobolds. There we go. Whoop. Speaking of, that one was sneaky as shit. Blended right in. I miss the old talent trees from Orcs Must Die too, but I kind of understand why they don't have them anymore. They really did limit me in, like, what I could do previously. Okay. And I'm just gonna start spreading the love. There we go. That should work. Let's see. There could have maybe been an embargo on Scramble. That's true. Embargoing some level of Scramble content would actually make plenty of sense. But they didn't. And honestly, I think that's fine. I think embargoes work for certain types of games. I think maybe for certain games there's kind of that feeling of, like, you want to control the hype and really, like, get people interested in your game right at launch so that, you know, the most amount of fans are actually going to sit down and buy it. I've always felt like Orcs Must Die should be more of, like, a community-focused thing. Less than the hype of, like, new game and more of kind of that enduring, like, hey, there's another Orcs Must Die out. Or, like, there's more maps, or just play more Orcs Must Die. I don't know. There's some games that work as kind of, like, monolithic releases, and there's some games that you just kind of come back to on the regular. Because I can definitely see Orcs Must Die doing well. I'm not going to say with the... well, I was going to say the RimWorld's overall style to some degree. RimWorld just got a big new patch update today as well. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, they just got a big new update DLC patch. And frankly, when it comes down to it, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of these certain games just eventually becoming, not games as a service, but just eternal. You know, they keep getting expanded, added onto. and you just kind of have this, like, feeling of, like, yep, this is RimWorld. There might never be a RimWorld 2. I kind of actually would be fine with a RimWorld 2 purely because they really need to add Z levels at some point. Being able to go up and down, you know, into the ground or build, like, towers and stuff. Oh, that'd be great. So, do I feel that way about the in-game tech trees in the first one? So I was kind of talking about that for a little bit, that the talent trees went away. They've kind of shifted it so that you can pick and choose, like, between one feature or the next with traps. So, more slow or like an enduring slow or something. Which I think is actually really solid. The problem with the talent trees in Orcs Must Die 1, very specifically, was that they really restricted you based on, like, I am the trap guy, I am the magic guy, I am the... And that limitation became problematic purely just because it was like, I wasn't afraid to use certain abilities, but, like, I didn't want to use, I didn't want to shoot enemies because it was more valuable for me to get that, it was more valuable for me to get that extra kill bonus, for example. And so that was kind of restrictive in a negative way. I love the idea of it, and I would love to see them revisit the idea in, like, one of the other Orcs Must Die games. But it would have to be, like, kind of a mid-run talent tree, and maybe even just be totally randomized, and, like, purely be, like, damage or ability focused instead. But even then, like, I'd almost rather just see them go further into talent trees for their for the traps and guns. Continue updates sounds interesting, but as a developer, it sounds horrifying. I think it depends on the developer. Like I was saying, like RimWorld and Factorio, it works because there's that expectation. I don't know if it would work with Orcs Must Die, but I feel like if they could somehow get this kind of, like, core fan base that just supports them through anything, it'd actually work really well. But you'd have to do it right, as opposed to do it Ubisoft. Let's see. Okay, so we got 20. I liked these. Explodes on destruction. That's interesting. Increases projectile duration more. I kind of want to focus on that, but I think we want to get the brimstones. Brimstone's baseline are my best friend when it comes to dealing with kobolds. Yeah, I want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with them, especially the sappers. Yeah, isn't that Minecraft? Yeah, kind of. I mean, obviously it only works with certain games. Some games have a little bit more of a shelf life than others. Okay, hidden dock. We do not have... I don't need the healing trinket. Okay. Now, right. Options. Sound. Up. Cool thing I really like about this is it keeps your, it keeps whatever your loadout is, even if you restart. That's huge.
So, do you think the sorceress will be back soon?
We're doing pretty well on our own.
Hey, Kelsey, how do you know so much about rifts and the Order?
I study all the time, Egan. I like to know all the answers.
Then tell me why glue doesn't stick to the inside of the tube.
Alright.
Woo,
That should be
let's
good.
do this.
I'm just going to spread the defenses out and shut up Vegeta. There we go. I wonder if there's a hotkey for just telling Vegeta to stuff it. I wonder, isn't today your day off? I mean, it normally would be, but... You don't seriously expect me to not play Orcs Must Die 3 as soon as I get access to the Steam version, do you? Like, I would have played this regardless. I might as well stream for like 3-4 hours. I'm noticing the brimstones aren't quite as powerful as they were in Orcs Must Die 1. They shredded in 1. This is really fun watching the orcs hot step. I don't remember them dancing like that. I don't think they had the budget for it. Okay. Spread those. And yeah, there's no combined point here, so I kind of have to just spread the love. Oh, speaking of spreading the love. Might as well get one of those down. I'll have to see if I can pair that with some other, like, higher up trap of some variety. I also got to get that snowball cannon. Oh, that bouncing Sobly is perfect right there. Looks like there's actually a decent number of locations where I can just kind of put that and have it be okay. Okay, actually, in retrospect, the Brimstone's doing fine. I was kind of under the impression that it was going to be inferior, but... it does actually shred them to a satisfactory level. There we go. Alright, and they're coming from both sides now. Frankly, what I'm probably going to want to do is just spread out a bit. And just kind of run the gamut. The big other problem is I'm actually constantly on the clock here. That could be a little rough. I might want to get some more brimstones just in case we got kobolds coming through. They'll show up at some point. Well, those were in fact the kobolds. Luckily, the enemies come kind of in waves on both sides, so I don't have to worry too much. Eventually, I'll be able to just wave it off, maze it off, and not have to worry. But for now, I'm on my own and I'm kind of limited. One thing I will say is, unlike the bow and arrow, I'm a little bit less inclined to use my bouncing grenade. I might want to consider something else that uses mana. I guess the acid satchel ranks. Because that would be effectively the same thing as the bouncing grenade, but a little bit more immediately punchy. I had a lot of luck with the acid satchel in one. It demolished. Is Wander streaming at 60 FPS? Yes! I finally determined that I have enough hard drive space for that. And so I've made the upgrade at long last. Let's see, I'm glad you're streaming, making my day a little better. Have not been able to get good sleep in weeks. I am really sorry to hear that. Frankly, neither have I. I have barely slept for the last, 2 weeks. And if I do sleep, it's, for 4-hour segments, and then I wake up and I'm wired. But with a headache, which means I'm tired and I know it, and I hate it. And I wish there was something I could do about it, but I can't. And that's why I have brimstones. Okay, so this is where things break down a little bit, as we're going to be attacked on both sides. But I think my defenses are holding. Yeah, I was iffy on this shotgun, but it's got the chops. Okay, nothing's gotten through. I should probably heal up at some point. Oh, I'm back to full health. Whoopsie. Let's see. What do we do? We got a couple of interesting places, but frankly, at this point, I'd say more brimstone, more than anything else. More brimstone, maybe more saw blade. Just kind of spread some damage out without thinking too much. I'm going to try and move away from the kill box strats that I had in the first time I went through this. Just because, like, after playing Orcs Must Die 1, I kind of realized I don't need a kill box. It is actually pretty practical just to have a bunch of, I'm not going to say death mazes, but just bad places that enemies have to go through to chip them down. Yeah, I think my sleep schedule is going to get better post-vacation. I think it's mainly just kind of this, whenever I go on vacation, I pretty much have to, like, pre-work for the entirety of it. And I'm just trying to get, like, as much done as possible beforehand. Not to mention, I've started working on some, like, other side projects that are really time-consuming. So I did a lovely interview with a developer earlier today that will be up. Admittedly, that interview is going to be up sometime in August. Aha! Kobolds are, like, my least favorite thing in these games, and it is so nice seeing Brimstone just shred them. What are you going to do, creatures? Like I said, it's so nice. I almost kind of wish with the shotgun I could switch it so the grenade, instead of bouncing forward, turns into a landmine. I feel like that could actually be a really neat little trick. There we go. But yeah, so working on all these, like, little side projects and extra things and then trying to finish everything is time consuming. But on the plus side, I think I have, like, backlog on roguelikes until, like, mid-August. I'm way ahead on that side of things. See, everything else, not so much, though. That's okay. Oh, this defense is, like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch my Orcs Must Die, pre-series that I was playing on Stadia. It honestly feels like I had so much more trouble. Okay. I was leery about putting an arrow wall there, but that's the easiest way to take out the archers that want to just hang out and murk me. This looks very faithful to the prior games. It very is. Any other significant changes yet? Yes and no. So, they don't have the MOBA-style characters that Unchained did. There are multiple characters to play as. Currently, it's just Kelsey and Egan. But eventually you get access to Max, Cygnus, and like a couple other people. I think maybe evil elf guy, and maybe something else. I forget. Let's see. Yeah, I'll want to get these. Increase health, reduce cost. It ranks. More charges, I can wait. Oh. I'm going to just boost the blunderbuss for now. Oh, kill 50 enemies with secondary. I should work on that. Alright, let's see, next one. So, beyond that, I don't know if we'll see it yet, but there are war missions that are bigger and, like, more, like, way more orcs and stuff. I'm gonna say that's the real new thing. And they also have a thing called Scramble Mode. And they also just have, they have even more traps to play around with. So, frankly, there's quite a lot. Still wondering if the saw blades are good vertical enclosed spaces. I'll consider it. I could try it.